सरस्वती माँ शारदा स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो। सरस्वती माँ शारदा स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो। स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो। कंठ में मेरे बिराजो। कंठ में मेरे बिराजो। भक्त हूँ तुम ज्ञान दो। सरस्वती माँ शारदा स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो। स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो। मेरी बुद्धि में हमेशा ज्ञान का प्रकाश हो। मेरी बुद्धि में हमेशा ज्ञान का प्रकाश हो। चित्त में मेरे हमेशा चित्त में मेरे हमेशा आपका ही वास हो। आपकी भक्ति करूँ माँ। आपकी कंठ में मेरे विराजो, कंठ में मेरे विराजो, भक्त हूँ तुम ज्ञान दो। सरस्वती माँ शारदा, स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो, स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो, स्वर का हमको ज्ञान दो।
Om Sai Ram, dear brothers, sisters, and respected elders. Welcome to our third part of our online video series on the occasion, the festival of Navaratri. Today is quite an auspicious day, Vijaya Dasami, and I am joined by my fellow brother, Brother Rathan.
Salam Brother Yatish. Salam everyone. Yatish.
No, I'm well, thank you, Brother Rathan. It's just a bit warm, just a bit warm. But yeah, it's been an incredible Navaratri, 9 days thus far.
Indeed it has.
Brother Rathan, you know, it's been a very moving, spiritually uplifting 9 days of Navaratri.
Indeed it has.
But if you could share with me what is the significance of Navaratri and especially of today, Vijaya Dashami?
Sure. I think what's important is that as devotees, we look at the 9 days and we don't really know what the 10th day is actually for. What purpose does the 10th day have? I think if you look at the literal meaning and what Swami has told us as well, the 9 days is divided into each of the 3 major deities. So you have Devi, who is incarnated in the form of Durga for the first 3 days, thereafter as Mother Lakshmi, and thereafter as Mother Saraswati. And then 10th day being the Vijaya Dashami day, or also known as the Victory Day, in which it is said that Mother Durga was able to defeat the demon Mahishasura on this 10th day. After much battle, she was able to do it. And what's more important is that in this 10th day, it is said that Mahishasura was actually destroyed. And if you see all the bhajans or songs, should I say, that are composed for Mother Durga, Mahishasura is actually very common in it. The reason is because she was able, through all her power, all her might, to defeat this great demon known as Mahishasura on that 10th day, which is the victory day.
No, that's very interesting, Brother Ethan. That's absolutely correct. I've often heard reference to the demon, the Asura, Mahishasura.
Yes.
What is the significance, though, of Vijaya Dashami today, this special day?
I think what's more pertinent is that we sometimes focus on the literal aspects of festivals, but if we look at what Swami has provided to us in his divine discourses, he always looks at the internal aspect, the inner meaning, and not the external aspect. So looking at Vijaya Dashami, Swami has in one of his discourses stated that every Bharatiya must celebrate 3 festivals. Now, we always think Bharatiya is someone that lives in India or someone that's of Indian descent. But if you look at Bharatiya itself, if you break it down, it actually means the one who has love for God. Is that not so?
That is very true. Now that you mention that, I remember a discourse of Swami where he broke up Bharat into Bha and Rat. Bha being Bhagavan and Rat short for Rati. So attachment to God. Yes.
Indeed. So true, and thank you for sharing that as well. And those 3 festivals that Swami has stated is Makara Sankranti or Taiponga, which is the southward journey of the sun, and then Mahashivratri, which is the great night of Lord Shiva, and then we have the Dashera festival, also culminating in Vijaya Dashami. So these 3 festivals is what from Swami's perspective, are the most 3 important festivals that everyone should celebrate. Even more important than his own birthday, which we place a lot of importance to. So we understand that Swami has placed a lot of importance on the Dashera festival, culminating with Vijaya Dashami. And it's so interesting to note that the 3 yogas Swami has perpetuated to us to continuously practice, which is the Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Karma Yoga. They all happen at the same time during the Dashera festival. It's very important to see how they all are like different cogs in the same piece that fit so nicely together. And Swami's explanation to us that these yogas have its own impact on our lives. And I think one of the most pertinent parts is devotion, and how Swami has told us that in order for us to transport ourselves to the next journey of life, which is liberation, we do need to offer namasmarana, which is one of the easiest ways to obtain liberation in this lifetime. And the continuous repetition of his name will ward off all the miseries in our life and any past transgressions that has happened. And I think one of the easiest ways that we do namasmarana as his devotee is through bhajan singing. They're not right, Yatish?
That is actually very true, Brother Ethan, because Navaratri is, well, I suppose any festival, but especially Navaratri is synonymous with bhajans, and especially bhajans in praise of the mother aspect of God, the feminine, the cosmic divine, the Shakti. Janani is this, this all-encompassing universal divine mother, which is so exemplified by our mother Sai. Um, several Janani bhajans come to mind, come to think of it. Janani kripa karo ambe, Janani ma sai, Janani ma, Janani sai, Devi dayamai. Do you have a favorite Janani bhajan, Brother Ethan?
Yes. Janani, Janani, Sathya Sai Shubha Janani. Do you know that
I
one?
I know that bhajan very well. It's a beautiful bhajan. And if memory serves right, it is based on Rag Yaman.
Oh, lovely.
And Rag Yaman is actually one of my favorite rags.
Was that so?
Um, yes,
Okay, okay.
and just some information on Rag Yaman. It's traditionally sung in the first part of the night,
Ah,
from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
okay.
Um, all the notes in Rag Yaman are Shuddh, with the exception of it has Ma being Tivra, which is one of your sharp notes.
Hmm.
It is said to stimulate or to activate the Swadhisthana chakra. Um, and it's a very meditative, its prakriti is quiet and meditative and, very soothing. And definitely the bhajan that you sang, Janani Janani, is a very soothing bhajan. Um, yeah, so it is definitely a very beautiful rag,
Okay.
Brother
Okay.
Ethan. Yes.
Lovely. Lovely. I think I think it'll be nice to go through the notations or the sequence of notations, just to link up the ragam with the actual bhajan itself. Would you mind just going over the sequence for us?
Yes, of course. Thankfully, it's my favorite one, so I remember it.
Lovely.
So, ni re ga ma dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. Ni re ga re sa, pa ma ga re sa, ni dha ni re ga re sa. Brother Ethan, do
That was
you
beautiful. That was
no,
amazing.
oh, no,
Wonderful.
thank you. I have sung that bhajan before, but I'm
Okay.
not aware. I've never really focused on its meaning.
Right.
Would you like to take us through the meaning of this bhajan?
I think that'll be a very interesting journey that we now take, because I think when it comes to bhajans, we sing bhajans often, but we don't actually spend time going through sort of like a commentary on the bhajan, understanding the important parts. So I think we can do that. So just looking at the title of the bhajan that we have.
Just before you go there, Brother Ethan, I remember you said something quite profound the other day, that Swami has blessed us with this cornucopia of mother bhajans, and you mentioned something that if we take the time to understand the meaning of these mother bhajans, then we would understand the meaning and significance behind Navaratri itself.
Very true, very true. I think that's an important point. So if we look at the literal meaning of Navaratri, or Devi Navaratri as is also known, or even Dashara, uh, we always know that from a literal meaning, from the background of growing up, that the first 3 days is dedicated to Mother Durga, then the next 3 days are dedicated to Mahalakshmi, and then the next three to Mahasaraswati, with the final day being the victory day. So, in essence, what we are saying is that each three aspects invokes, firstly, power, being Shakti in the form of Durga, prosperity in the form of Mother Lakshmi, and then speech or education, or as we would know, jnana or wisdom, divine wisdom in the form of Mother Saraswati. And as Swami has encapsulated in all his discourses, is that these three mothers are inherent in each one of us. So we have this power, we have this wisdom, but also we have this prosperity to bring about a change in our own lives to lead us from this path to the next path, being the journey of liberation, transforming us, transporting us, sorry, from this ocean of samsara to divine liberation at his divine lotus feet. So I think with Swami, his discourses are based more on the inner meaning and what values we can gauge or we can obtain from practicing these various different festivals. Because a lot of time we just spend it on more of the physical aspects. But if we understand that true spirituality is done through the efforts of karma, being action, bhakti, being devotion, and jnana, being wisdom, that all three are like cogs in the same unit. Once all three are functioning together properly, then we are able to achieve life's goals. So I think that essentially is the essence of Devi Navaratri. That's it.
Beautifully said, Brother Ethan.
Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, sure. So we are going to now just take a little bit of a journey on Janani, Satya Sai, Shubha Janani. So I think let's break down each line so we can understand the essence of it, and basically just have a very informal discussion on those lines.
Sure.
So let's just do the first line. We'll just do the recitation of the lines, and then we can go through the meaning. Janani, Janani, Satya Sai Shubha Janani. Right. So we've stated earlier that Janani is this divine mother, and we're praying to Satya Sai, so who is the incarnation of the divine mother and father, as we know Sai is, and Satya is truth, and Shubha we know is glory. So we are stating, let us continuously sing the glory over and over of this divine mother who has incarnated as Satya Sai in this lifetime.
That's a beautiful meaning just for the first line of the bhajan. I can't
Sure.
wait to hear what's next.
Yeah, sure, sure. Let's go over the next line. Would you like to just lead us into the recitation of this line?
Sure. Jagat Karini Paripurani Saishwari Janani.
Lovely, lovely. And now let's break it up. So Jagat is a derivative of the word Jagata, which means the entire world, but also in a very formalistic way, it's the entire universe. And we are saying Karini. So she is the originator of this universe. So she is the one that actually created this whole entire universe. Paripurani. So the one who is perfect by herself. She has no errors in herself. She is completely pure in in her form. Saishwari. So again, a very interesting play on the word Sai. And Ishwari is actually a derivative of Ishwara. So Ishwara is the male aspect of God, and Ishwari is the female aspect of God. So we're saying Sai Ishwari, Sai, who is that female aspect of God. And again, Janani, the divine mother. So if you had to put all these lines together, we would say that she is the one that had originated this entire universe, who is perfect by herself, who is God, who has incarnated in human form as the divine mother Sai. And Janani, obviously, we know that she is the divine mother.
That's that's an extremely profound meaning, Brother
Indeed.
Ethan. And this
Indeed.
is the first time that I'm thinking about the word Sai Ishwari and how it is a combination of Sai and the female aspect of Ishwara. That's such a beautiful play on words.
Sure,
And
sure.
I've heard we often call Swami the Paripurna avatar. So that
Correct.
makes a lot of sense here as well.
Indeed, indeed. I actually didn't think about it. The Paripurna avatar, so the one that is complete or pure or in fullness. So again, the Paripurani that we refer to the Divine Mother as being means that she is unsullied by whatever affects us in the rest of this external world, but she herself is pure and powerful in her total form.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Please take us
Sure,
through the next line, Brother Ethan.
sure, no problem. Let me just. Satyaswarupini Janani. So we look again on Janani, the Divine Mother, and Satya and Swarupini. So Swarupini means an embodiment of. So we are basically stating that this Divine Mother is an embodiment of truth. And I remember one of the discourses that I read during this Devi Navaratri time was that where Swami has stated that everyone has a mother. No matter what happens, everyone has a mother. And it's true in the physical sense because we do have to be born out of someone and we are born out of a mother in a physical form. But Swami then states that everyone has a mother and that mother is truth. So Satya is the mother of all of us. And Swami then states that that is the form of Devi. So hence, if we want to worship Devi, we should worship truth. So meaning that we should follow truth in its totality and in its entirety. And I remember Swami during his discourses used to repeat a specific line from the Vedas, meaning stating Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara, meaning practice truth always, practice righteousness always. So not practice truth when you feel it's okay, or when I'm not looking, it's okay to only practice truth, or not to practice truth, but it is to practice truth in every aspect of our lives. What are your thoughts on this line?
That is fantastic, Brother Ethan, and that makes such a lot of sense. Now that you mention it, our real mother, our truth is the essence of our life, and it would
Yeah,
make sense that Swami would say it is our true mother. Just in terms of the order of human values that Swami has given us, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa, everything starts with truth. So
indeed.
again, that ties in beautifully with everything that Swami has always taught us. No,
Wonderful, wonderfully
yes.
said. Yeah, I think it's very apt that we pray to Swami during this time in the that female aspect of God, and to understand that she is the embodiment of truth. So whatever happens in our lives, we should take that to heart that it is truthful. It is what is expected of us to transform our lives from this physical external aspect and looking internally to seeing the God within us, or the eternal truth. Great. I think we can move over to the next line. Would you lead us in it?
Yes, sure. Mm. धर्म संवार्धिनी जननी.
Hmm. So again, we have Janani, meaning the Divine Mother, and Dharma we know is righteousness, and Samvardhini, meaning the one who has originated or created this righteousness in the world. So she again is the one who has created righteousness in the world. And if we do pray to her during this time as being the embodiment of also righteousness or the creator of it, then we would not be worried about this external world. I think a lot of times we spend too focused on what's happening outside, not realizing everything happens to the will of God. So the righteousness in this world will eventually prevail only under the divine will and the divine proximity that we have with Swami. What are your thoughts with this?
I agree 100%, Brother Ethan. You know, dharma. Just if we had to look, what other than Swami, what in our planet is the benchmark of dharma or right action? And Swami often used the example of nature. And don't we hear, from our Western brothers, they use the concept of Mother Nature, Mother Earth. So again, that ties in beautifully. Mother Nature, this female energy, the Shakti in our earth, is righteousness, it is truth. So if we need to compare ourselves against anything, it would be what is natural. Look at nature and how perfect it is. That is the
Definitely.
path we should follow. So beautiful.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes, very true. Then let's go through the next line. Again, we have the word Janani, and again the Divine Mother. But again, we have Swarupini and Shanta. So Shanta is eternal peace. So we are now stating that this Divine Mother is the embodiment of eternal peace. How beautiful.
Very beautiful. So up until now, this divine mother who is Sai is the embodiment of truth. She is the originator or of dharma and the embodiment of peace. This
Yeah,
just describes Swami so beautifully.
definitely, definitely. Again, we have the word Janani, and again the Divine Mother. But again, we have Swarupini and Shanta. So Shanta is eternal peace. So we are now stating that this Divine Mother is the embodiment of eternal peace. How beautiful.
Very beautiful. So up until now, this divine mother who is Sai is the embodiment of truth. She is the originator or of dharma and the embodiment of peace. This
Yeah,
just describes Swami so beautifully.
definitely, definitely. Sorry, 1 second. The ashram, our regional ashram, is calling me. I think they're just having an issue with sound. So one second,
No,
1 second.
no problem.
Navaratri.
Okay.
Sabal, how are you? Uncle Chandan said he'll be there because today he said he'll be there, and then tomorrow's Bayview, and then the region on Wednesday. So he said he'll be there for the rest of the week. Yeah. Okay. 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 No problem. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to. Um, the sound is sorted out for the rest of the week, but the region president is phoning me just in case something goes wrong and we don't know who's there to do sound stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
um, then we can move to the next one. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Then let's just move on to the next line. Would you lead us in?
Yeah, sure. Mm. प्रेम प्रदायिनी जननी.
Beautiful. So we now sing Janani again, the Divine Mother. Prema we know is love, and Pradayini is the one who is the giver of that love. So the Janani, the Divine Mother, is the one who provides love to the entire universe.
Brother Ethan, just those lyrics, Prema Pradayini, it reminds me of another bhajan, another mother bhajan.
Okay.
Jaya Ma, Daya Karo Sai Ma. And then the antara goes, I sometimes get mixed up with the format. It's Mukti Pradayini, Prema Pradayini, Shanti Pradayini Ma. So yes, again,
Beautiful.
and this time,
Lovely.
it's another bhajan in praise of Swami bestowing liberation, peace, and love upon us. So
Beautiful.
wow,
Beautiful.
it's tying it all together for me now. Thank you.
No, indeed, indeed. I think what you brought up is very important because I think a lot of time we just sing bhajans and yeah, it gives us this love, this pure love energy, but without understanding the full meaning, we're not grasping that full love. We're not absorbing that full love into ourselves. But to now realize that she is the one that, as you said, is the one that gives liberation, the one that gives pure love, and is the one that gives eternal peace. So where else do we need to seek anything in this world besides at her divine lotus feet? Nowhere else. Nowhere else.
Beautifully said. Absolutely beautifully said. Yeah, our mother's eye is the embodiment of everything. She's the
Indeed.
bestower of everything.
Indeed.
We need nothing else in this world but Swami's grace.
But Swami's grace, for sure. I think there's a lot of experiences that we have heard of students or devotees that have had these experiences of this motherly aspect of Swami. And I remember the one specific aspect or specific experience where there was a boy sitting in Cyclone Hall and it was during darshan time or just after, and laddu was being distributed as prasadhanam. And I'm sure you've also heard it, and everyone else, because it's a very common story. And there was a boy right at the back that did not get a part of the prasadhanam. Swami had taken the same prasadhanam of laddu and gave it to him in his hand. And this shows us the motherly aspect. Who else knows our inner thoughts, our inner feelings, what we have, what we don't have, besides Swami himself? He knows everything. All that we have to do is just pray to him, and knowing the values and teachings he has given to us, and he wants us to practice in our own lives. If we do that, then all the needs we have in life, all everything will be in proportion to what we need to transform our lives to live that life that is mukti pradayini, prema pradayini, and shanti pradayini.
Yeah, that's a beautiful anecdote, Brother Ethan, and I agree 100%. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem, no problem. I think this has been a wonderful journey on Janani and the effects that the Divine Mother has on all our lives. I think the most important part of Vijayadashami is that we don't need to offer many prayers to Swami. I think the only prayer that we should offer is our love to him, because we can't give Swami anything. I mean, he's given us each and everything. He always takes care of every emotion in our lives. What else do we need? Uh, one concluding remark is that during the alumni meet, which takes place in January of every year in Prashanti Nilayam itself, the alumni of the institute travels through to Prashanti Nilayam. And in the past, we used to have an active question and answer discussions with Swami over days. And I think it was back in 2009, there was a question and answer session in the Punachanda auditorium. And one former student asked Swami, actually made a remark, saying, Swami, and he had tears in his eyes, Swami, when we are here in Prashantinayam, whether we studied here or whether we come back for visits, it's easy for us to wake up in the morning, do our sadhanas like Om Khadam and Suprabhatam and so forth. But when we go back to our homes, there's so much going on. We have to work, we have to take care of the family and so forth. It's so difficult to do these sadhanas on a daily basis. What can we do? And Swami's response was, just think of me. Don't do anything else. All that you have to do is just think of me. So if we think of this Divine Mother, this Janani, in every second of our lives, and offer praise and offer gratitude whilst we're working, whilst we're driving, whilst we're eating, offering our gratitude to her in that form, just saying, thank you, Swami, for what you have given me today. Thank you, Swami, for giving me this day. Thank you, Swami, for giving me your love, for giving me your peace, for giving me this liberation, this life. Thank you for everything. That's all we have to do. I think that's the essence of this Janani, Satya Sai, Shubha Janani, just offering our gratitude at his divine lotus feet.
Fantastically phrased, Brother Ethan. Constantly think of Swami.
Constantly think of Swami, for sure.
100%.
I think that's what this Devi Navaratri does. I mean, over 9 days, we are constantly thinking of Swami. The 10th day is just a culmination of the 9 days to constantly just contemplate on the form of Swami that will enrich our own lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. Beautifully said. And thank you for taking us through the meaning of this incredibly beautiful bhajan. You know, it's often termed as a very simple bhajan, but often the most simplest bhajans have the most profound meanings,
yes,
if we take the time to understand it. So I think it would be lovely if we can conclude by playing a Prashant, the Mandi, this bhajan being sung by Swami students.
Sure.
But yeah, thank you so much, Brother Ethan, and
no problem.
Sai Ram, everyone. We pray
Sai Ram,
that you have a blessed week further. Sai Ram, Brother Ethan.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram.
Janani, Janani, Satya Sai Shubha Janani. जननी सत्य साई शुभ जननी
దుర్లభము. ఈ మానవ జన్మం చాలా దుర్లభమైనటువంటిది.
It is difficult to get this birth as a human being, human birth.
దుర్లభో మానవ జన్మ. ఈ యొక్క మనుష్య జన్మం చాలా దుర్లభమైనటువంటిది.
It is almost impossible or difficult to get the human birth.
ఇది కేవలము జన్మాంతర సుకృతం చేతను భగవత్ కృపా కటాక్షము చేతను ఏర్పడినటువంటిదే కానీ మనుష్య ప్రయత్నములతో లభించినటువంటిది కాదు.
Human birth is obtained not entirely by the human efforts. It is an account of sometimes as a result of meritorious acts and also by the grace of God.
ఈ లభించినటువంటి మానవ జన్మమును సక్రమమైన మార్గములో వినియోగపెట్టి దీన్ని సరైనటువంటి మార్గమునందు ప్రవేశపెట్టి తన గమ్యమును చేర్చేటువంటి నిమిత్తమై ఆనాటి ఋషులు అనేక శాస్త్రములను ఉపనిషత్తులను ఇతిహాసములను నియమములను నిబంధనలను కూడా ఏర్పరిచి మానవునకు ఒక మార్గాన్ని చూపించారు.
The great rishis of the yore prescribed various rules and regulations in order to help man to reach the goal of his human life itself.
ఈ ధర్మార్థ కామ మోక్షములనేటువంటి యొక్క చతుర్విధ పురుషార్థములు కూడాను వారే నియమించారు.
They have also prescribed the four goals of life: dharma, artha, kama and moksha.
మానవుని యొక్క నిత్య జీవితమును సత్య మార్గంలో ప్రవేశపెట్టు నిమిత్తమై ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క ఆశయాలంతా కూడాను వారు కల్పించారు.
These ideals have been prescribed by those people in order to help man to live a life of truth.
ఏ పశుపక్షి మృగాదులకు కూడాను లేనిటువంటి నిబంధనలంతా కూడాను మానవులకు నియమించారు.
The rules and regulations which do not apply to the birds and animals have been prescribed for man.
కారణమేమనగా మానవుడు విచక్షణ జ్ఞానం కలిగినటువంటి వాడు కనుక నిత్యానిత్య పరిశీలనా శక్తి కలిగినటువంటి వాడు కనుక ఇలాంటి మార్గమును అవలంబించటము అత్యవసరము.
It is so because man alone is bestowed with the discriminating power and he has to use his discrimination and follow on the right path.
ఈ పాపములు కూడాను మానవునికి మాత్రమే ఉన్నవి కానీ మిగిలినటువంటి పశుపక్షి మృగాదులకు ఏమాత్రం కూడాను లేవు.
These rules and regulations are prescribed only for man and not applicable to the birds, beasts.
శాసనములు కూడాను మానవునికే నియమించినారు కానీ పశుపక్షి మృగాదులకు నియమించలేదు.
The laws also have been prescribed only for man and not for birds and beasts.
శాస్త్రములు కూడాను మానవునికి నిమిత్తమే ఏర్పడినటువంటివే కానీ పశుపక్షి మృగాదులకు నిమిత్తమై ఏర్పడినటువంటివి కాదు.
Even the scriptures have come into existence for the benefit and for the sake of man and not for beasts and
శాపములు
birds.
కూడాను మానవుని నిమిత్తమై ఏర్పడినటువంటివే కానీ పశుపక్షి మృగాదుల నిమిత్తమై ఏర్పడినటువంటివి కాదు.
Curses also have come into existence only for the benefit of man and not for the sake of birds and beasts.
పాపము శాసనము శాస్త్రము శాపము ఈ నాలుగు కూడాను ఒక్క మానవునికి మాత్రమే.
The sin, the law, the scriptures and the curse, all these are meant only for man and not for animals.
కనుక ఇట్టి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి రాజమార్గమును నడిచి మానవ జన్మము సార్థకం గావించుకోమని మహర్షులు అనేక విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క మార్గములను నిరూపిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
Maharshis have laid down right royal paths in order to help man to sanctify his life and to justify his human birth.
వారు ఇచ్చినటువంటి యొక్క ఈ మార్గములకు కృతజ్ఞతాపూర్వకంగా మనము వారిని చింతించి వారిని స్మరించి వారిని ధ్యానించి వారి ఆశయాలను మనం నెరవేర్చడమే మన ప్రధానమైనటువంటి కర్తవ్యము.
Therefore, it is our important duty to perform these things and to express our gratitude to those people who have given all these scriptures and other things mentioned just now.
కనుకనే మనకు తెలియక అనేక కర్మలు ఆచరిస్తున్నాము కనుక ఈ కర్మ పరిహారాల నిమిత్తమై మనము ఈ రకమైనటువంటి యొక్క 5 యజ్ఞములు కూడాను నిత్యము మనము గావించాలి.
As we are performing a number of actions not knowing the implications and we are responsible for killing a number of things,
ఈ యజ్ఞములకు ఈ విధంగా హోమగుండములు కానీ ఇంకే విధమైనటువంటి వేదికలు కానీ మనం ఏర్పరచుకోనక్కర్లేదు.
every day we will have to perform these 5 yagnas. For performing these 5 yagnas, there is no need for preparing the type of
తల్లిదండ్రుల
yagna.
ఆజ్ఞను శిరసావహించి
Obeying the commands of the Lord,
దేవతలను చింతించి
remembering the gods,
మన ఇంటి యందు ఉన్నటువంటివో లేక బయట ఉన్నటువంటి యొక్కవో ఏదైనా సమయం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ ప్రాణులకు కొంత ఆహారం అందించి
we can offer little food, a little food to
లేక
different
ఒక
types of
బిచ్చగారికైనా
living
ఇంత అన్నం పట్టెడు అన్నం పెట్టి
beings. You can give a little food for the beggar at
కొన్ని
least.
కుక్కలకైనా ఇంత అన్నమును పెట్టి
you can offer a little food at least for a dog.
ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క దైవాన్ని చింతించి మన జన్మను పోషించుకోవడానికి తగిన కృషి చేయటమే ఈ 5 యజ్ఞముల యొక్క సారము.
The sum and substance of all these 5 yajnas is to do such good acts and sanctify our own life.
కనుకనే
Therefore,
అన్నదానము కన్నా అధిక దానం వేది, తల్లిదండ్రుల కన్న దైవమేది, జగదీతపము కన్నా సత్యశీలం వేది, దయ కంటే ఎక్కువ ధర్మమేది, సుజన సంగతి కన్నా చూడలాభం వేది, క్రోధంబు కన్నా శత్రుత్వమేది, రుణము కంటెను నరునకు రోగమేది, ధరణి అపకీర్తి కంటెను మరణమేది, సర్వదా కీర్తి కంటెను సంపదేది, స్మరణ కంటెను మించిన ఆదరణ ఏది, స్మరణ కంటెను మించిన ఆదరణ ఏది.
can there be a greater, more sacred charity than offering food? Can there be a more sacred God than parents? Can there be truth which is greater than tapas? Compassion is greatest form of dharma, and anger is greatest form of sin, and taking a loan is something like a disease. Can there be a greater death than the ill fame or bad name? Can there be a greater merit than remembering the Lord?
ఇట్టి లక్షణాలను మనం అభివృద్ధి పరచుకొని మన యందు చేరినటువంటి అవలక్షణాలను దూరం చేసి ఈ నిత్యానందమును, ఈ యొక్క బ్రహ్మానందమును, ఆత్మానందమును అనుభవించి దేశమునందు తగినటువంటి ఆదర్శాన్ని అందించాలని నేను ఆశిస్తూ ఆశీర్వదిస్తూ నా ప్రసంగాన్ని విరమిస్తున్నాను.
We have to develop these qualities and foster these qualities, and we have to become distant for bad qualities, and we should enjoy Nityananda, Brahmananda and all that. And thus I bring my discourse to a close.
గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే గోపి గోప బాలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే గోపి గోప బాలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే మురళి గానలోలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే మురళి గానలోలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే రాధారమణ లోలా, గోపాల హరే హే నంద గోప బాలా, గోపాల హరే హే నంద గోప బాలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే నంద గోప బాలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే నంద గోప బాలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే గోపి గోప బాలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే మురళి గానలోలా, గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే లోలా గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే నంద గోప బాల గోవింద హరే గోపాల హరే హే నంద గోప బాల